Next up is Mr. Ryan Pettis, and really proud of this guy here. He's what are you 19 now? How old are you?
Just turned 20 about 6 months ago.
Amazing, right? So $1 million plus business. He's an implementer. I've done 3 coaching sessions with this kid. So those of you that have been on my business breakthrough, if you've listened to my business breakthrough on the Contractor Secrets podcast, you would know not many people come back. This kid came back twice. So he's an implementer and he did the thing. And now he's pivoting from obviously growing his painting business, which he's still doing, into automation, which is a need for every single one of you. Every one of you needs to understand the art of automation and how you can save some of that precious time of yours, right? There's a lot of things you're learning. About half of them can be automated, right? So let's get into it. Ryan, it's all you, brother. Take it away.
Awesome. Well, first off, thank you, Tanner, for having me here today. I really appreciate that. And speaking of, there's things that everyone is doing that could be automated. I'm just going to hop back to Michael's presentation, which she did a phenomenal job. I want everyone in here, put a 1 in the chat if you're using Slack. Now, she mentioned that a few times that her PMs come in, they create a Slack channel for that specific project. What we do at Pettis Painting is that Slack channel is automatically created every time a job is accepted. And I'm going to show you guys today what that looks like and how we can get into that. I'm going to explain a few different things. So again, thank you, Tanner. I know there's a lot of work to put on Tanner and DripJobs team. Let's hop right in. And I want to tell you one thing. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. Do this. Get that moved over there. Awesome. So let's get this here. So put a 1 in the chat too. If anyone in here is feeling overwhelmed, like if you are the person who's running production, you're doing sales, you're checking the sheets, you're the person who's putting in the data to the sheets, right? Are you putting in all that information, doing all those things? That was me about 2 years ago, for sure, up to 5 years ago when I started. And I was delaying my success because I wouldn't get off the brush. I thought I was the person that had to do everything. I thought I was the person, the only person that could sell my company, the only person that had the same quality that I had. And that's totally not true. And I want to tell you a little bit about how we scaled, where Pettis Painting is at now, and what we're doing to get there. So who is Pettis Painting? I started my painting business about 5 years ago when I was 15. We are based out of Minnesota. I noticed a massive slack of different, not a whole lot of a good kind of process inside the painting industry. No one's really has a process, SOP for it. There's some bigger companies that had that, and that was me. About almost 2 years ago, I realized that there's that big lack in the industry. And I said, you know what, I'm going to try and reach out to people. I'm going to try and figure out what can I do inside this painting business. And I reached out to a good friend, a fellow Minnesotan, Nick Slavic, about November of 2023. And I said, hey, Nick, I'm a family-owned company. I got my brother, my uncle working with me. And what can I do to grow? And he said, come on down to the shop. I'm going to show you what we have. He showed me his Slack channels. He showed me everything that he had inside of his business. And it just wowed me. I said, wow, you have a painting business. This isn't you. Like my uncle, he was writing paper quotes. He was a painter for about 40 years. Paper quotes. Everything was paper and pencil. Nick showed me this world. And at the end of that year, we did $110,000 in revenue. And I said, you know what? I'm going to make a change. And this could be that change for you guys today. I said, I'm making a change. I'm going to do something different with my painting company. And I made every single change that I could. We went from 110,000 to 1.1 million, and we grew 1 million that year. This year, we're projected to do 2.1 million based off of the things that we're growing and the sales where we're at. So a little bit about Pettis Painting. I'm going to do a quick overview on myself. And if I can get to the next slide here. Let's see, who am I? I enjoy spending time with my longtime girlfriend, Madison. We've been together for a while now. We're expecting our first baby November 17th. We're super stoked for that. I enjoy racing dirt bikes on the weekend. A lot of us have hobbies, and I love spending time with my family. And I love being the owner of Pettis Painting, the owner and operator. I enjoy being part of the business and making things happen so that way I can get to do the other things that are on this list that I really enjoy. So I'm not going to talk a bunch about me. This is for you guys to learn. Let's get started. Today, I'm going to talk about 2 things. I'm going to talk about automating the customer journey, and I'm going to talk about automating the company journey. Now, I hear a lot of people talking about how do you automate the customer journey? Can you send appointment reminders? Can you set up follow-up messages when you send a proposal? Those are all great things. But I'm going to start off just what is an automation? There are 3 things in an automation. This is very basic level stuff. There's a trigger event. That means that something happens causing other things to happen. So that trigger could be a proposal is accepted, a lead comes into the business, right? And that causes 1, 2, 3, 4, however many things to happen. And that's the action. So every time a trigger, you get these actions and then you get a final result. And let's take an example, a lead tracking sheet. Every time a lead comes into your business, let's say it's a Facebook lead, right? It comes into your business and all of a sudden, all you have to do is copy that information, paste it in a lead tracker that says it came from Facebook. You're not now writing in the customer's name, trying to find the lead. It's automatically automated. So your result is that you're saving time. Your data is more accurate because there's no human error, right? We're not trying to figure that out. So everything's accurate. So we're going to talk about automating the customer journey here. Now, can you guys tell when something's automated? Like put a one in the chat if you can tell when something's automated. If you get a reminder a day before you have that doctor's appointment, you get that message that says, hey, your appointment's tomorrow, make sure you're there. Or are you the painting company that's sending a message an hour before or a day before, hey, your appointment is tomorrow, make sure you're ready for us, right? Because if you're not going to be there, we got to know, right? Are you sending those types of messages? Let's dive into that a little bit deeper. What if you made it more personable? What if the customer couldn't tell it's automated? What if they thought it was coming from you directly? Let's get personable. Let's have more communication. Let's have more touch points to the customer. Professionalism builds trust. So I'm going to talk about a couple of things here. Appointment reminders to customers 1 hour before. This is the message that we send. We don't send we're going to be there in 1 hour, right? Your appointment's in 1 hour. It's at this date, this time, this location. Hey, Jenny, this is Ryan Pettis with Pettis Painting. Or, hey, customer name. This is salesperson name with company name. Want to let you know I'm just finishing up a meeting. We'll be over to your place about 10 o'clock. See you soon. The amount of responses that we get from this is crazy. People think it's actually us sending that message. Okay, we're building value. There's a few things we're doing in here. We're adding the company name. They see our name again, brand recognition. Want to let you know I'm just finishing up a meeting. I'm creating scarcity. My time is valuable. I have other meetings throughout the day, right? I'm taking time out of my day to focus on you, and I'm hoping that you will do the same. Okay, I'm putting all that information in there. How about job start reminders to a customer the day before you start? Hi, first name. We've got all of our tools packed. We're excited to get started on your project tomorrow. If you have any questions or need anything before then, feel free to reach out. Looking forward to getting started. The Pettis Painting team, brand recognition. I'm putting the company name in there again. We got all of our tools packed. We're ready for your project. Are you ready for the project? I'm not going to go into all of our automations, but we have another automation that goes out about a week before and gives them a checklist on how to prepare for us. Everything 4 feet from the walls, countertops, everything cleared off, right? Be ready for us. We're letting them know that we're ready for them. Personal confirmation text. This is after your office admin or yourself schedule an appointment with the customer or an estimate or consult, right? Hey, Kenny, your appointment is set for 6/14/25 at 7 a.m. I also added your address. That way our consultant knows where to meet you. If you need to make any changes, feel free to call us. Looking forward to meeting you, Pettis Painting. There's our company name again, okay? There's a couple of things that I'm doing here. The appointment confirmation text goes out 30 minutes after. If your office admin yourself is on the phone and you're scheduling an appointment, right? What is she doing? She's on the phone. The customer knows Pettis Painting. When they hang up the phone, you're out of the oblivion until it's time to see you again at that appointment, right? So they hang up the phone. They're not thinking about Pettis Painting anymore. 30 minutes later, they get a message from you that says, oh yeah, I just set up your appointment. We're ready to go. Looking forward to meeting you. 30 minutes later, they see your company name again. And that's the same thing we're doing here. Company name, right there. Company name, right there. We're putting it in multiple places because when they sit down and they have 3 proposals in front of them, who do you think they're going to recognize? What company, right? Is it going to be Pettis Painting because we put our name there several times? We're in front of them a ton, okay? This is just a grasp into the things you can do on the customer experience. But today, I really want to talk about the company experience, okay? One more thing on the customer experience. Before the sale, we're building value, trust, communication, and personable actions. After the sale, we're building consistency, commitment, and long-term relations with clients. Notice, I didn't say customers, okay? I said clients. These are people who are going to come back over and over and over again because we have a repeatable, scalable, systemized business to allow them to make sure that we give the best the best process possible. Okay, so make sure you're doing those things. Okay, second thing I'm going to talk about, automating internally, the fun stuff. Hopefully I'm not going too fast for you guys or taking this away. If you want to implement an automation into your business right now, make sure your computer's out. I'm going to show you how to automate data from DripJobs to Google Sheets. And I'm going to be giving away this sheet that I'm about to show you later today. So stick around. So I'm going to show you a simple automation, and then I'm going to walk you through the business structure that Pettis Painting has to go from project sold all the way to project done and completed. So I'm going to show you how to automate data to Google Sheets. We're going to build an automation, and we're going to review our lead tracker. So let's build this automation out, and we're going to use Zapier for this, and we're going to use Google Sheets. So the first thing we're going to do, we're going to go to Zapier. We're going to hit create new Zap, and our trigger event is going to come from DripJobs. And myself, I want to know every time a lead comes into the business, I want to be able to track it properly. I'm going to choose my account. My trigger event is going to be every time a new lead is created. We're going to hit continue. We're going to test the trigger, which basically means we're going to grab the latest one that came through. We're going to continue with that record. Now, where do we want to send this data? We want to send it to our lead tracking sheet. Okay, and it's going to go to an automated section. Okay, so it's going to go right here. And the reason why we're going to send it here, I'll show you in just a second. So we're going to go Google Sheets. We're going to choose my account. We're going to create a spreadsheet row. We're going to hit continue, configure. The spreadsheet is the lead tracking sheet 2025. And what's the worksheet? Your worksheet are one of these tabs below. Every time a lead comes into my business, it gets put in right here. So our office can grab that. We're going to do worksheet. We're going to do the automation tab. We're going to put in the customer's name. We're going to put in the lead source. So lead source. And now we're going to put in the city so we know where they came from. We're going to test this data. Test that step. Boom. The information just came into the business. This is telling me that Ryan Pettis just came in from Construction Marketing Services from Farmington. Well, let's say we had a lead that came in through Facebook. Okay. And all you have to do on these other ones, just hit publish, name it your lead tracking sheet automation. I just created an automation for you guys to track your leads so you know where leads are coming in. Okay. This is awesome, guys. Like I said, I'm going to be giving away this sheet for you. This is how this works. Now that lead came into the business, I'm going to copy it. I'm going to scroll over to whatever week it is down here. I'm going to use June 4th as an example. And I'm going to put in, it was a Facebook lead. And we have one lead for this week. Let's say that we have this lead and all of a sudden we scheduled it. And you guys might have seen, if you're on earlier, this is the same sheet that Nick Kelly had and presented to you guys for the lead tracking sheet. If you want to implement it, I am giving it away for free. This is an upgraded version that the one Nick Kelly has. So total leads here, leads scheduled here. Every time that you are scheduling a lead or getting a lead in there, you're going to put it right there. And let's take a look at example. We got PNP website. That's Dylan Jonker. We got Facebook lead form, forward media marketing. This week we had 33 leads. We had 21 scheduled and we had 3 not in service. Why am I showing you guys this? I'm going to show you an automation that happens where I can review our office admins KPIs in like 2 seconds. We go to our goals tab. Every time a lead comes into the business, it's going over here. It's telling me week 1, our goal is 40 leads. We set 35 leads in March, right? Our goal sets are 23, current sets 31, amount to goal 134%. We're past that. Current set ratio 88%. Our goal set ratio is 56. Our sets if we're hitting our goal. Where those numbers come from? At the end of the year, I figure out what's our goal, how many leads are we going to need, and what's the percentage per month that our revenue is going to come in, and how many appointments do we need set each week, right? And all this is automatically calculating this data. I'm going to be giving this away for free, so stick around. This is our lead tracking sheet. That's how you automatically create that and get that inputted. Now, I'm going to hop back into here, show you guys a little bit more. Slack channel creation. Now, I didn't even check the chat. How many people are using Slack? Is there quite a few people? Put a 1 in the chat if you are using Slack. So our Slack channel creation. Every time a customer signs a proposal, it automatically creates a Slack channel. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. And what happens is now we have a central communication hub. We use it a little bit different than Michael talked about. We use it as an internal process for our production manager, salesperson, and office administrator to make sure we have clear communication inside there. So let's see how this works real time. I'm going to go over to a proposal that I have here, and we are going to pull Slack up here. We're going to approve this proposal right here. Approve proposal. So what is this going to do? Let's find the K's. So this is going to go under Kenny Pettis, and we're going to get this a Slack channel created right here. Kenny Pettis. Okay. And what happens, let's see here. I already had that set up there. Okay. So I'm going to pivot real quick because I already created that, and I'm going to show you guys what happens every time a proposal is accepted. It's going to send in this information right here. Every time a proposal is accepted, it's going to say Ryan Pettis just accepted the proposal for $5. So company name, or person, client name, accept the proposal for $5. Let's use this channel to communicate throughout Ryan's project. Okay, so that's what's going to happen every time a proposal is accepted. I already had one accepted, so that one didn't work. But let's go here. So we're going to now systemize our Slack channel to be very specific for that person. Okay, we're going to have a sales production form. We're going to have a color form, a prior to arrival form, and a paint order form. A paint order form, you can order paint under 30 seconds. I'm going to show you guys that later. So sales to production form. This is for your salesperson. Every time your salesperson sells a job, they need to send it to production to make sure that they can actually produce that job. What they're going to do is they're going to go over here, copy that Slack channel ID. They're going to go to sales to production. They're going to paste that into here. Extra information. Customer will be out of town during project. Make sure to protect landscaping, right? It's going to be an exterior project. Customer preferred scheduling, next available. What finish did they want? While the salesperson was talking to them, they said they wanted a satin finish. We're going to use Sherwin-Williams duration. We're going to need 5 gallons. We think we're going to need 5 gallons. And this is an exterior project. What type of customer is it? What type of crew do we need? Right? Because not every customer is the same. Are we going to have a pain in the butt customer? Are we going to have a pretty easygoing customer? What type of house is it? Your production team needs to know these things. Okay, you can't just leave it, right? And if you're a single owner operator, you're doing a million things. You have to remember, what did you promise? What was the customer like? What do we need? You have to have a place to remember all that information. So customer is easygoing, standard, but a little more upscale home. Customer have their color confirmed? No, not yet. Is it a cabinet project? No, it's an exterior house, and it is soffit and fascia only. Estimated job duration. We're telling the production team, hey, it's going to take 2 days. Enticing message for the crew. Protect landscaping, and yard is pretty flat. So not a whole lot of variables in landscaping. Fair price for the crew. This changed our profit margins massively. If we upsell something, we do a basic, better, and best package. If we hit the best package, we're going to hit a higher profit margin, and our production team needs to know that. If we give a discount for the customer to sign, production team needs to know that. They might have to pay out a little bit more on that one, but hey, we got some work. We're still hitting on average a 52% gross profit. Okay, if we jump down to 49, it's fine. Okay, we'll make it work. So what are we going to tell the customer, the production team? So it's a normal price. I'm going to hit submit. Now, this is a fun part. What just happened? I hit submit on there. I'm going to scroll down, and that form is going to go, boom, specifically into that customer's Slack channel. Now, what our production team knows is all the information they need about this project is right here, okay, except the color. Now, our office admin is going to give the customer a call, and she's going to collect the color using our color form. She's going to go in here. She's going to copy this channel ID. She's going to click on Ryan's color form, our customer's color form, paste it into here. Preferred start date. They were next available. Okay. Are we matching any colors? No. Did they complete a color consultant? No. This is your office admin on the phone with the customer. It's not a cabinet project. Sherwin-Williams brand of color. Okay. What's the color that you chose? Well, it was agreeable gray. What was the brand of paint on that? Sherwin-Williams. What's the sheen that you wanted? Oh, what did the salesperson say when he was here? Well, let me check. Okay, let me check. Looks like they said satin. Would you still like satin? Yes. Satin finish. What areas? This is exterior, full house. Which surface? Soffit and fascia. Okay. Do you have another color to enter? If I did, I can click yes, and it will go to more colors that I can enter. If I click no, it's going to hit next. I'm going to hit submit. Now, where does that information go? It's going to go directly into that person's Slack channel. Okay. Now I'm going to copy that information and I'm going to put it into DripJobs. So that way the crew knows and the customer can confirm it. Okay. We use DripJobs as our CRM to make sure that everything organizes properly. Not all of the automations are instant. This one might take a second to go through. But the next thing that we're going to do after we get that color form submitted, about a week before, we're going to give the customer a call and we're going to go over our PTA form. So our PTA form just came in with color form. Okay, so brand of color, Sherwin-Williams. We're going to copy this information and give it to the customer. Now, let's say it's a week before the project starts. Again, we're going to grab this Slack channel ID and we're going to go down here and we're going to go to the PTA form. If you don't have a PTA form in your business, you are missing out big time. How will we gain access? How many of you or your teams are stuck at a project because you don't have a door code? Or maybe you have HOAs and you don't have the gate code. Right? That's loss of production. That's loss of time. So we're going to fill that out. Customer will be, or gate code is 1234. What time can we start? 7 o'clock works. What time do you want us out of here? 5 o'clock. Are restrooms available? Yes. Is there a workstation? Well, you guys can set up in the garage. I don't want your stuff to get stolen. Can we order paint the Thursday or Friday before? Yes, we can get that ordered. Okay, so now our production manager knows to order the paint. Do we have permission to place a yard sign? Yes, and we can leave it after. Okay. Now, where's that information going to go? It's going to go into the specific person's Slack channel. Everything about this customer stays in one spot. We're not going all over the place trying to find something or trying to find the information about the customer. This is a systemized process for you guys. Okay. So that information is going to go here. What are we going to do with it? Our office admin is going to take that information, put it into crew notes for DripJobs. That way the crew knows where to put this information. All she's going to do is copy this. She's going to paste it. I'm not going to go into the customer's information, whatever, because I don't need to do that, but just copy and paste. That's it. Now, the really fun thing, I've been waiting to show you guys this. I've been working on this for about 6 months. It is a product order form. I'm going to show you how we order paint in under 30 seconds to any store, whether it's a Hirschfield's, Benjamin Moore, Sherwin-Williams, a Dunn Edwards. I'm north. I think that's south. How can we order paint to any store out of one place? I'm going to show you right here. We do product order form. Now, someone can time me, but I'm going to do this in under 30 seconds. And let's say we were producing that job. We needed 1 more gallon of that agreeable gray and duration satin. We're going to order that. And these are the 8 top stores that we go to on a weekly basis. All we need to do to send us an order to this store is click on it and click this information. Awesome. I'm going to order this paint, 1 gallon of duration satin agreeable gray in under 30 seconds. I'm going to show you guys what that looks like. So someone time me. We need this today. This is a delivery. We need this ASAP. Customer's address. Pettis, 1234 Welcome Lane. Who's ordering the paint? Myself. Color name, agreeable gray. Satin finish, duration. We need 1 more gallon just to finish up. If you have another color to enter, you can put in another color. We don't have one. I'm going to hit next, submit. I just ordered paint to a Sherwin-Williams or a Benjamin Moore, whoever I needed to, in under 30 seconds. Okay. I want to talk to you guys about delegation for a second to explain that a little bit more. And I'll show you what else that does. There are 3 ways to delegate something. Okay. You tell your painter, hey, I need you to go to the store, pick up a gallon of Sherwin-Williams agreeable gray and bring it back here. Okay. Did you delegate that? You had someone else do it, but you don't know what you're going to get. This is a little bit off automation. This is on business, but to delegate something successfully, you have to be very specific. Okay, you have to be very specific. I need you to go to Sherwin-Williams right now, the closest one. I need you to pick up 1 gallon of duration satin, product sheen, in the color agreeable gray. I need you to use the PO box, Pettis, 1234 Welcome Lane. That's very, very descriptive. I'm delegating that task successfully. And now I can order that paint in under 30 seconds on my own. Okay. So what did that do? What it did is it sent an order to the store. Let's refresh it. The order went via email to that store. And it says the P.O. box, Pettis Painting order. Hey, this is Pettis Painting. We have an order that needs to be placed with your store. Here's the P.O. box. It's a delivery. We need that ASAP. It's agreeable grade, satin duration, 1 gallon, exterior. Boom, that store's making up that paint. They're getting it delivered ASAP. And we did it under 30 seconds, guys. Look at how we're doing that. We're automating things. We're creating structure. We're creating process. Okay? So if this is something that you guys want to implement into your business, if you like that Slack channel, that start to finish process, a place to put in everything about that business, and you want to implement that into your business to have a very easy process, go ahead, click the link below or scan the QR code, screenshot it if you need to, and let's get it set up in your business. We're also giving away that lead tracker that I showed you for free. We are halfway through the year. Do you know where your goal is at for the year? Do you know how you're doing? Do you need to reset your goal for your office admin? Does she know or he know how they're doing? Okay, I'm going to give that away for free. And if you're interested in that, go ahead, fill out that form. If you're interested in seeing all the other automations that we have, go ahead, fill out that form. We'll get that information over to you and go from there. So I'm going to go over 3 things real quick. I know I'm mainly talking about automations, but I want to talk about finding a coach or mentor. Okay, that is the biggest thing that helped me go from 100K a year and start scaling by 1 million per year, is because I found a coach, I found a mentor. Mr. Joel Marcato, bottom left right here, he was on about 3, maybe 4 speakers ago, and he talked to you about mindset and business, right? He's the one who changed my life. Everything about me, he changed everything and helped me grow. Okay, so find a coach, find a mentor, start automating things. And once you start automating things, you're gonna save time, save headaches. You're gonna create a structure. You're gonna create a process for that start to finish. Okay, and that needs to be repeatable. It needs to be simple because you need to do it every single time and use the KISS method. Keep it simple, stupid. Okay, make it personable. Use the KISS method. Make it happen. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much, Tanner. Thank you everyone for being on here. I really appreciate all the time that you guys gave me.